Well, I talked to you one-to-one before regarding my cultivation issue.
Oh, you're not the guy who was in the court who called me up during the final argument, were you? The closing argument?
Yes.
Holy shit. I talked about you 2-3 weeks ago on my show. I said, this guy was fucking crazy. Calls me up and talks, says, what do I, he's like saying, oh, I got to go back into the courtroom. What do you mean back into the courtroom? I said, this is final closing argument. I said, what? So what did I tell you to do in closing arguments? I don't even remember, but what did I tell you to do?
Well, I talked to you right after closing arguments, and what you told me to do was to ask if the writ of habeas corpus had been suspended.
Oh,
and
okay.
so I did ask when we reconvened, and the judge said habeas corpus does not apply in this case.
Yeah. So what did you say to him?
I think what he said was habeas corpus doesn't apply. The Crown is your accuser. Because I was asking where's my accuser and stuff like that. And,
right.
And
so when he says to you, you know, habeas doesn't apply in this case, that's right. Not in this case, it doesn't apply. But I'm evoking the right as a man to evoke habeas corpus. You know, I'm electing to pull myself out of this case. I no longer wish to be in this case. Like he said, in this case. Habeas corpus doesn't exist in this case. Okay, good. You know what? It's like a sausage casing. It's in a case. It's a suitcase. Well, I'm electing to pull myself out of this case. Now I'm standing before this court as a man. Habeas corpus is now evoked. Where's the man who's accusing me of doing wrong? I'm no longer in this case. I'm pulling myself out. I'm God. I no longer want to be an aardvark. I no longer want to be a bull. I want to go back and I want to appear as God before man. It was fun playing the turtle dove. It was fun playing the aardvark. But you know what? I don't want to be that no more. I'm God. I could be anything I wish to be. Now I'm going to have hierarchy and command and control over man again. Man is no longer going to step on the aardvark. I'm done being stepped on by a little mealy man. I'm done being stepped on by a little mealy prosecutor, a little measly judge. I'm done. It was fun while it lasted, but I'm done. Now it's time to evoke the fucking image of God before you. It was fun, but I'm done. It's no longer fun. But like I said, it's because you're an ungodly people. You have to understand where you are and who you come from. And you don't. So that's why it's so easy for me. Because there's no doubt in my mind that there is a God. So it makes my life incredibly simple. I don't have to answer but to one. There's nothing else I have to answer to. As long as I don't cause any harm to my fellow images of God and my fellow man, I'm fine. And if I do, I beg forgiveness like crazy. But thank God I haven't had to do that often in my life. So I've been very fortunate.
Hey, Gus,
you know,
that's one of those... Sorry, I was just going to say to Gus, that's one of those moments he's talking about, you know. You know, I've heard you say that I don't know how many times, and then one day, you know, the lights went on. Yeah, right, exactly. I answered to my creator, and I answered to my equals. And I'll answer to my to any title or fiction if I choose to. Because I may want to, you know.
If. Big if you choose. And when you no longer wish to play it, I'm done. I'm done. If you want to say rescind, you say rescind. I'm just saying I'm done. I don't see any benefit playing this game anymore. You know what? Actually, I'm tired of fucking defending myself. You know what? I got no man to defend myself to, do I? No. Well, then I'm done. Any man saying I've done anything wrong? No. Then I'm done. There's nothing more for me to do here. It's like, well, we're going to keep going in your absence. And it's like, you know, my absence. And it's like, no, in my unwillingness to appear in the manner in which you wish. And you wish for me to appear in this manner. If you wish it, then you're going to evoke the power of man over man. You better hope you have power over me. You have power over the person? Yes. Do you have power over the man? Only if you're a fellow man. Are you ordering your fellow man to appear? You wish me to appear as a man. Because that's the only way I'll appear. Is that your wish? Is that your order? And I'll be glad to comply. And I'm going to seek compensation. But I will appear if you so order. And like you said earlier, the judge said, I ain't ordering shit.
No.
Yeah, they're getting smart up there. They're saying, I ain't ordering shit no more. We're done. We're done ordering men around here. I think you are. Because you know what's going to happen to you. You're an honorable people, and you will live up to your debts. You create an order for a mushroom pepperoni pizza, you better believe you'll want to pay for it. You order it up, you better believe when it's delivered and served upon you, you better believe you better pay. They're all honorable people when it comes to debt. They know how to create a bill. They know how to settle a debt. They know how to do it. It's like they're not going to welch on a bet. That's their whole game is keeping their word. So you catch them in their own words. You show him that he's dishonorable, he's going to lose face. And that's all they got is an image. And they don't lose face. That's how the whole game is played. They understand it. That's how they got power over you people. You people could call him a bunch of bastards and everything else, and you could say he's wearing a dress. You can say anything you want, but you can't say he's dishonorable. You can make any fun of me you want. You can say I'm wearing a dress. You can say anything about me you want. I don't give a damn. Is he dishonorable? Well, no. Well, that's the only thing I'm concerned about. Do I keep my word? Yeah. Well, then say whatever the hell you want bad about me. I don't care. Just like they did with Gandhi. Once Gandhi died, then they were saying all kinds of hateful things about him, saying that he was gay, he beat up his wife and children. He was an animal molester. No matter what it took to try to bring the guy's status down. Doesn't matter. Was he an honorable man? Yes. That's all that matters to me.
Right.
Did he keep his word? Did he do what he said he was going to do? Yes. Well, do I think what he did was right or wrong? It's none of my damn, business what he did was right or wrong. I would have done it a totally different way, but you know what? He said he was going to do it that way, and damned if he didn't do it that way.
Amen.
So he lived up to his word. Same thing with these judges, man. They're getting smart up there, saying, I ain't ordering a damn thing for you to do. Well, why don't you just put that in the form of an order, Judge, and sign it? Hell no. So whatever happened? So obviously you were found guilty because you didn't know how to move it through with that habeas corpus stuff, and you went before a jury and you were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, man. This Truthnik guy.
You still on?
Yeah, you were telling me all the stuff you were doing in court, and to me, man, that was just some real crazy shit. What were you doing in court that I said to you, man? That was just crazy.
What I was doing was trying to educate the jury on being self-governing, the dangers of helping this, genocidal government, just continue to destroy life and this planet. But the other thing I did was a lot of what I was trying to learn from you was, I would never answer any of their questions, but I would constantly ask them to provide with me, proof of claim of jurisdiction, proof that, their laws, codes, acts, and statutes create an obligation on me, and they just ignore all that and move on. So what I'm wondering is, we kind of are getting the idea of what to do. The trick is in the little details of how to go about doing it, because one thing I have done is I have sent a bill to the attorneys. I sent them lots of notice that I charge this much, my fee schedule, and then I've appeared and $1,000 a day for every day they continue this prosecution without a claim, and so I've sent them a bill and they just send it right back. They'll just laugh at everything. So there's something I'm not doing right.
Hey, Nick, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you believe?
Oh, I do believe, yeah. No, I'm fully behind this. I love this stuff.
And I'm going out on a limb here, but to me it sounds like you're throwing all this shit at these guys, and they can clearly see you don't believe any of it.
Well, what I clearly see is that they seem to be oblivious to it, or they are consummate actors and actresses, and can just pretend.
Maybe you just haven't gotten across to them that you do believe.
That's right. Well, the thing is, I think they believe.
Yeah, but Nick, can you say to me that you started to read this 20-page closing argument and the judge stopped you?
Yeah, I kind of thought I would have all the time I wanted. It was the only chance I got.
I'm just making a joke about 20. I mean, did you have like 2,000 pages? I mean, how long was your closing statement?
Yeah, I had probably about 30, 40 pages of stuff, and I got through most of it, actually. Yeah,
but then the judge stopped you.
Yeah.
Right, because the judge realized that the judge was watching the jury knit a noose to hang you. Because they were done hearing your crap. So the judge did it for your mercy because he knew the jury had it up to here with you. The jury was going to jump over that box and just spring you up against it, and hang you somewhere to be done with. To say, oh my God, is this guy going to stop?
Well,
you should have said about 2 or 3 sentences in your closing argument and been done. Not 20, 30 pages, not 30, 40, 50 pages. No, dude. Couple of sentences and I'm done. You've caused no harm to no man. They trespassed upon your property. They have no power, no right, no authority to enter into another man's domicile. It doesn't exist. It never has. It never will. What you're doing in your closet is no other man's business on planet Earth, unless you want to divulge what you got going on in your closet. Nobody's damn business. And they should be ashamed of themselves. They know better. And they still do it anyway. You should have made a really simple closing argument like that. Not 30, 40, 50 pages of nonsense of genocidal maniacs and government. The jury was getting ready to hang you. And that's the reason why the judge said, I better fucking... This guy, the jury's going to... When this guy's done, the jury foreman's going to ask the judge, hey, Judge, is there a death sentence we could give to this guy, man, for cultivating? No? Are you sure? Can we jury nullification? Can we hang this guy? And you would have been like, what? You didn't dig what I was saying, jury? No, you had them bored to tears. They would have been like, oh, and we're going to teach you. Bore us again. No jury is ever going to have to listen to this crap ever again. We'll protect the society from this dribble. You make it short and sweet. You make whatever closing statement you got to make short and sweet. Just hit the jury right between the eyes. 1, 2, boom, done. And that's it. The more and more you go on, it's not having an impact. That's what basically a closing argument is, an impact statement.
Well, didn't you tell John that he could run his closing statement for days?
He can. I said to him, if you want to, the open argument. I said, if you're going to open something, you could run it like crazy. I said, if they let you have an opening statement, run it like crazy. I said, not so much the closing statement. The closing statement, if you want to drag it on, you can drag it on. But I said, there's really no need to drag it on.
Okay.
But an opening statement, oh yeah, you better believe it. In an opening statement, I could bring a whiteboard out there and show you a flow chart and show you the hierarchy of government and what they're going to try to prove during this trial in the next 2 weeks. This is what I want to try to prove in about 13, 14 seconds. But this is what they're going to try to do, and this is how I'm going to move it. This is why I could do it in 10 seconds, and this is why it's going to take them 10 days. And you draw the map and show them, how this works. And if you don't think you got through with them, yeah, sure, you could do the same thing for the closing argument. Draw a map. Say this is what they did. This is why they do what they do. This is what I do my 10 seconds when I come on. When I come on, I say this, this, and this. There still hasn't been a man. There's been no wrong. Nobody's said to this day, look the judge in the face, hey, Judge, have I done anything wrong? He'll say, no. So I haven't done anything wrong, Jerry. What the hell are you sitting here? You should be pissed off at the other side for making you sit here for 10 days listening to this dribble when nobody's done anything wrong. Judge, has any man come forth to this point yet and said I've done anything wrong? No. You want to argue with that, prosecutor? I know this is my closing statement, but I'll let you interject right here. Have I done anything wrong with any man or woman? Any man or woman appeared on your behalf? On behalf of the Crown, on behalf of the good people of Canada? No? That's what I thought.